Hello there people, this is Bruce to be cool or Nintenbruce, and today I'm going to show you how to counter Nelly in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Decade Duels. Now she is very irritating if you're unprepared for her, so let's go through her deck style and see what we can come up with. So what does her deck do? It removes things from the game, meaning what would usually go to the graveyard is removed from play and extremely difficult to retrieve. On top of that, if you've got any cards which rely on going to the graveyard or searching things in the graveyard, then they're going to be quite useless here. So things like Sangan, if that gets removed from the game, you're not going to find a monster with 1000 attack or less because it's removed from the game and not sent to the graveyard. Right, so with that cleared up, let's go through her combos. She will primarily try and use Gold Sarcophagus to search out Necroface, which means, because it gets removed from the game, you discard 5 cards from the top of your deck and she discards 5 cards from the top of her deck before Necroface then goes to her hand. Now, if that isn't irritating enough, she might have a card on the field called Soul Absorption, which means for every card removed from play, she'll gain 500 life points, meaning if she does that Gold Sarcophagus Necroface combo, then she's going to gain 5,000 life points. Not very pretty. So if you're hoping to use a staller deck, be very careful. The only staller I would suggest is a burn deck, because it's still possible to beat her quite quickly, or even overcome the 5,000 life points if you're good enough. Anything like Exodia, or again, things which rely on sending things to the graveyard to come up with a combo in the end, it's just not worth it. I would really rethink your own strategy there. Now, other than that, she doesn't have many combos going on. In fact, no others for that matter. She'll just try to remove your cards from the game and try and stall as long as possible. So she's got a lot of Messenger of Pieces, Level Limit Area B, Gravity Bind, so maybe consider some magical trap removal or negation there. Other than that, I would heavily suggest using a beatdown or a swarm deck and just try and destroy her as soon as possible. So for example, what I've got going on now is a lot of cards on the field which, well, are just destroying her luckily. If you've got an average beatdown, be careful of Banisher Of The Light in defense mode. It's got 2000 attack, and once face up it removes cards from the game. Anything that just goes on there. For example, what she's done there, Needleworm, it discarded 5 cards, and even though it's Banisher Of The Radiance's effect, my own thing, it all goes removed from play. Other than that, as you can see, you can use a remove from play deck of your own, and usually you're not run into too much trouble. Now, I know this is a short video, so if there's any other questions or comments, leave them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So other than that, I hope that clears a few things up, and you guys take care of yourselves.